It's time for some FACEIT League. We've got we're kicking off one hell of a week. We've got 2 undefeated teams here to start. So we're here to talk about Helios and BCU Spark. There's been a lot of similarities between these 2 squads in their debut seasons, and that in of itself being one of those similarities. Talking about parallels between Iliad Helios and BCU Spark, their records also mirror each other in a lot of ways, not just in the strength of their opponents, but downright the opponents themselves. But so looking here at Helios's schedule throughout this season so far, after the first 4 wins, we're like, okay, you're 4-0, but you haven't really faced anybody substantial yet, right? Usually, Civil War kind of matchups aren't that interesting because you typically just put all your better players on the varsity team, and it's just them kind of kicking around their C squad. This was an exception. My goodness. And one that really made us sit up and take notice of Helios. At least me personally. Helios have gone on to win some stellar matchups since. Every matchup since has had some weight behind it. Last week's wins over Villains and Extinction Jurassic, those are definitely good wins. Oh yeah, this is a banger. This is a certified banger. Taking a look at Spark and talking about how their schedules have mirrored. Once again, we start off with four series that are kind of like, okay, nothing terribly impressive. Then the win over Jurassic, and I think you kind of started to take notice a little bit more. You take a win over Jurassic, you take a win over Wizard Cats, and then you beat Brock Esports, and then handing Artemis their second loss. So Artemis, like I said, we're 6-1 until they ran into BCU Spark. BCU Spark have passed some very difficult tests and have passed them fairly convincingly. Again, both brand new, both with not a lot of recognizable players, both that started off with a fairly easy strength of schedule, got some wind into their sails, and rode their early 4-0s to now both be at 8-0 with recent victories being over top tier teams, handing some of these teams their one and only loss on the season. Nepal band out here from Spark to kick things off. Apparently, Iliad Helios do not like Doomfist. What did Doomfist do to y'all? Oh my. Chemical band on the other side here from BCU Spark. You can feel the tension building on this one. Here, we got a second while they're loading in. So we checked the Wizard Cats match. They 3-0 Wizard Cats. They 3-0'd Artemis. Cafe Blanc, Star Girls, No, Spark have yet to drop a map this season. Holy shit, y'all. I knew they were doing good. I didn't know they were flawless. That's incredible. This match is going to be something. Can Helios be the first team to take a map off of BCU Spark? Make sure I come correct. This match deserves nothing but the best. As I hit the wrong button. Damn it! I was so close. There we go. It was perfect. I don't know what you're talking about. It was perfect. Practically perfect in every way. All right. Magically comes out on the Junker Queen. We're getting some JQ versus Seafull on the Hazard on the other side. Jodella with this far can be kind of the wrinkle here. You don't have a whole lot to deal with it. That is Nyanza in the Soldier. Has the streamer tag on. Hey, oh my goodness. Okay. You know what? Just send your Lucio after the far. That's what LCS leading the charge. This is the Tankio. Nyanza will clean up on the back of it. This is a wicked fast. Ooh, I say first fight. A Seafull just magically picks up 2 at the end. That was a wicked fast pair of kills. Magically cleans up Jodello. Their second death already here in this opener. First cap does go over to Helios. Seafull just ignoring the objective, and we're magically in Nyanza are sitting, trying to see if they can cut off the backline. Jodello's able to pick up 1, with Seafull going down. He's not going to bode well here. Maybe if Juven can find another one, but look at magically picks up that kill, and everybody I look at just wants to creel over and die. MVTX says, can I co-stream? What do you mean, can you co-stream? William Moody just raided with another party of 5. Double raid out of William Moody. Thank you so much. Osteoporose, thank you for the follow. I mean, you want to stream me streaming? I mean, I'm kind of flattered. I don't really know what to say to that. I suppose. I don't really know. Overclock out here from Nyanza. Ooh, Benji does not get out. I think Seaful's wall just unfortunately sealed Jodello and Benji's fate on that one. Whoops. Sorry, I got the camera stuck. Whoa. Oh yeah, Juven just got caught. A very deep push comes in. Helios go all the way back to get the sushi. They were hungry. Unfortunately, you know what? Their bellies were bigger than their mouths on that one. Or mouths were bigger than their bellies? Mouths were bigger than their bellies. They come out with a couple of support ults and an overclock available here for the Spark. And they also grab some percentage to boot. You do have a couple of support ults available alongside a Dragon Blade here for Akua. Oh yeah, that's right. I was saying the Akua Genji, like, tickle some gray matter. I recognize the Akua Genji. Woman right tossed on to this point, coming out from Spark, down 2. 5 has already picked up 3 in this fight. 5 of 3? Huh? Yeah? 85% on the board here for Helios. Magic's gonna go ahead and toss to the Rampage to pick up 2. Wet Tube not able to escape behind the cover in time. Jodello falls as well. Seaful's no choice but to go to the point with very little health left. Gets cut down. May have... Okay, did at least get the yellow bar going. But not much else. Magically, and Helios sticking with the Junker Queen. It worked well. We're going to get a Seaful swap. Actually, a full composition style swap comes out from BCU Spark as they go into the Ramatra and into this brawl. That will include a Juven May as well as a Jodello Tor. So hunker it down here on this top side. Kua uses both deflect and dash. Gets through into White Room. They're able to thwart a little bit, but great disengage. They're out of Spark. Seaful picks up a kills on the point while the squishies are able to back up and at least fend off Magically long enough to get the cap. It's not flawless, but Spark will win first fight. Magically 70% towards this Rampage. Wetdude leading the server very close to a Coalescence, as a matter of fact. Wall from Seaful. Ooh, just not going to block enough damage in the hands. It comes up with an opening pick. Sound Barrier now tossed in alongside the Coalescence. Double support, old Sands tank here for the Spark. Wettube's going to get cut down with Nyanza in the backlock. Sliding back on at this point, help finish off Benji. And there's actually the knife out of Magically that hits the mark. Helios flip this point. LCS does hold on to Sound Barrier through that previous engagement. Rampage as well. Now, you do have a Blizzard to worry about, but you don't have to worry about it for at least a few seconds. Sound Barrier thrown in for LCS was a little early. Same with the overclock. And Spark able to disengage from both, costing them nothing. Still 5v5 in this point. Looking for the re-engage, and Juven looking to build up for the rest of this Blizzard. Hazard wall already used. Rampage not blocked by the wall. 3 are hit with that, and Benji falls. Juven the next to the chop and block. That's going to be the knife pull back into the Carnage. Seafull gets cut down. 47% apiece on the board here. Helios in control of the choke. Pretty flawless fight win there. Oh, hey, I don't have... Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I was doing a thumbnail earlier, and I turned off the outlines. Oh. That was just disgusting. Bionade hits everybody. Akua chops through them all. What a nasty combo. That was just vicious. Oh, my jaw's on the floor. Blink and you missed it. That team wipe was insane. Well, but 5 down early here in this fight. Juven making that Tracer swap. Sacrificing themselves for the cause. Wed2 does have another Coalescence here. How do you want to try to use this? Magically low. And you're actually not going to need it. Jodel's able to push through and get that final blow on him magically. Picked up 2 in that fight. Point flips back once again. How close are these two teams? Such an incredible back and forth here throughout both stages of Lijiang Tower so far. Benji with a 10% advantage on the sound barrier. Red team still holding on to this Coalescence. We got a downpour available as well. Nyanto with the overclock. There's the speed back from the Cole. Can they get out? Jodello's not going to let you go anywhere. Looks like the point got split. You did get a boom coming through from LCS there on the back. But this is going to head to 99.99. And it didn't cost hardly anything for Spark to win that fight. I guess good news here for Iliad fans is Helios didn't spam the damn thing either. Elemental P, welcome back. Double sound barriers vested here in the beginning. Second barrier out from BCU. Nyanza's going to get caught in this downpour mid-overclock, but Seafull goes down to make it happen. Wed2's able to pick up a kill into LCS. Magically is low. This one's going down to the wire. Final fight. The Molten Core, Jodello and Juven hang on to the objective. We're going to go tonight. Well, excuse me, we're going to Gardens. Determine this first map. Wait, where's my details? Off. Sorry. And of course my margin's still broke. I told y'all I checked my margins. Margin's still broke. Helios, no changes. It looks like Seafull and the Spark are happy in this composition as well. They're kind of comboing what we saw on Night Market with what we saw at Control Center. Actually, yeah, you know, with Juven's Tracer. You know what? Juven with a good pick. First cap's going to go to Spark here. We're getting the Lucio Juno into the Hazard. Jodello back into that farm. But as I mentioned, Juven on that Tracer to help hold the flanks. Kua's going to make a swap over to an Echo to help keep the skies nice and clear. Has already eaten some damage. Avoids the violent leap from Seafull. Seafull, I don't know if got booped up or what, but ends up just swatting at the sky and a sit and duck there for Helios. Juven pushes into the back, cuts off some of the sustain, finds 5s. Magically will get some revenge for their fallen hero. Ooh, the boop. Okay, does get control. Seafoam not able to contest there at the final moment. It was a boop from LCS that kept Jordello off the point. Seafoam does manage to get a pick, though, on their return. Helios trying to play towards elevator side. Flip comes through here for Spark. Magically got booped off. Does not make the rotation. May have just been a final blow, actually. So magically off of the Junker Queen. Forced to make a swap here to try to match the hazard. Puts up a wall to block the heals, block the escape of Seafoam, but they're able to tiptoe around it. Akua close to a duplicate. Playing right here alongside. I think LCS moved in towards White Room. Yeah, LCS and Nyanza have moved into White Room. Five's just going to drop this orbital in the front line. Oh, but everybody's going down. Magically just trying to hide. Clever use of the wall on the outside of the point there, but now leapt into a 1v3 inside the T room. Maybe it got a 1v4. 83% on the board here for Spark. Ice Volcano. Thank you for sharing. TMI. TMI. Orbital defensively thrown out. Jordello with a barrage coming towards the point. What an intimidating sight there out of Nyanza with the captives, excuse me, with the downpour thrown in over the top. And just might do it. LCS no chance to use the sound barrier here at the end. Still opportunity for a stall. Akua holding on. Lands a stick with the duplicate pulse bomb. Sound barrier is in from LCS, but it just hits them and Akua. Vinci drops their own. No deaths on the back of that. Wait, there was one death on the back of that, excuse me. Point flips, magically goes Winston, making their third swap of this sub-map. Things still feeling a little chaotic. Feels like anybody's point right now. Jodello's gonna get mowed down in the front line. So the overclock out of the back here from Nyanza. Trying to make a hero play. I mean, it just feels like Helios tried to wrestle control back. They never could quite get it. They got some percentage, momentarily got control of the point, or, I mean, at least we're building it. But they never had sustain. They never had they never stabilized on this objective. Are still being forced off. Benji with a big boot towards the outside, and now Spark are 100% planted on this objective. Anybody who comes close facing the wrath of the Spark squad. Captain Sun will get hunted down here at the end. You do still have Magically as well as Akua holding this point. Magically 72% towards the Primal. Akua's going to find a kill on a wet tube in the back line. Akua finds Vinci as well. Just steps up and just takes out both supports on the Tracer. And once again, Helios will not go quietly into the night. We get another flip. They've actually stabilized on this one too. Akua coming off of that Echo makes the big swap into the Tracer. I mean, really just felt like to get back onto this point, but is able to have a massive impact both in helping Magically stall and dance on and off the point, and then finding those two clutch picks onto the supports. Now has this pulse bomb ready to go. Magically diving in, will not get that Primal online. Seafool is going to find the kill. Orbital thrown in over the top from Wet Tube, able to avoid the pulse bomb in the middle of all of that. Fight kind of moves from the tea house to the bridge. Webtube is going to get caught in a 1v2 on the outside. Vinci was going back to Peel, see what they can do, maybe find a kill here. Fives will go down. Spark with a couple of picks here on in this 99-99 fight, but Magically is returned with the Primal Rage. And this has just been some just true chaos. Akua finds a pick. The leap in. You've got a 1 health Jodello diving back to grab the Mega. There's the touch out of Jubin. Juggling on the point. Has to spin the recall already. Blink's used to get across, but there's no Mega. Jodello's already stole it away from you. Jodello back onto this point. I will hit the right button here momentarily. They're going to fall. Helios will hang on here at the very end in a 100-99 round 3 and hand BCU Spark their first map loss of the season. Get some stats there from map 1. Oh, we're wasting no time getting into map 2. What stands out first from the stat line? That was a bloody map 1. Oh my god. What an incredible back and forth. Seaful leading the server in damage. Nyanza and Magical leading in elims at 42 apiece. Very, very close map 1. Just a quick review. This is a Spark map pick heading into Hybrid. Helios banned out Blizzard World. We do have Doomfist banned once again from Helios, as they have banned Doomfist throughout this entire series. It's going to be a Tor ban out from Spark. Fixing the bans up top real quick. Diva out of Magically and Helios. We did get a side swap, so Helios now in the red outlines. Akua just gets assassinated right out of the gate. So with that, it's just a quick disengage. That's I got a soft disengage. You can see Magically trying to punish Seaful, who was looking for a little extra damage, a little extra ult charge there at the very back of that fight. Magic is going to use that positioning and leverage up to attack up onto the supports, and Binging Falls gets booped off of that high ground. Wedtube down to 1 health. Here comes Nyanza over the top in for the finish. Beautiful attack here to kick things off. Still no tank on the battlefield for Helios as they initiate this cap. Do they have enough to finish it? Late kills on a Judolo and Juven bode well for this point, and I don't think Seaful's going to go for it. I see Volcano. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you being here. Kucha and let's see if we can strike back against against Jodelo here after losing that initial duel. 5 does already have this nano online. 20% ahead of Web2. Look at this flank. Look at this flank! The nano thrown onto Magically? Indeed. Unfortunately, they're just having a quick cat nap. Trying to muscle down Seaful before that nano boost is online, but with 5s dying in the back, this may just be a try to get the cart to the corner and then hold here. I don't know that Helios have the sustain to keep pushing forward, but they may prove me wrong. Yep. They do indeed manage to muscle down Seaful despite the Ana just now returning to this fight. Sound barrier tossed in as Akua's gonna fight Pidgey with the stick. That was disgusting. Juven will get a fadeaway shot. Just a little warning here. Spark still have some bite in them, but man, that was a brilliant ambush out of Helios. Blue Jay over to Overwatch. Thank you for the follow. That's an overclock thrown out here from Nyanza. Let's focus in on that. Seaful just battering people off the point. Just kind of a disruption. Ooh, but Web2 threads the needle with the anti-nade. Gets the nano boost thrown down onto Seaful. Seaful will force out recall. Has Akua in a very bad spot down low. And the rest of the attacks have already abandoned ship. Heavy investment from Helios to on that fight. Try to finish off that second point. After a brilliant attack, a late pick onto Akua actually works against them. And that brilliant nade from WetTube, that was just impeccable. Uh-oh. WetTube's gonna fall, though. It's just rally heals here for this defense. Nice pick from Akua to start. Magically nanoed up as well, or at least was. Then just to get Seafull down to about half. Here comes the Rockets in. And the big finish on the Seafull. Hey, there's a break still standing around on point. Juven with a wide flank, too. Fives will pick that up. Brilliant sleep start. Nade does get... does land on the WetTube. Excuse me, there in the back. Still, the second point has not been capped. So, Seafull was the one stalling there, and we do finally get the second point on the board. The attack of Helios, I think just stalling to get this these support ults online. Defense had an opportunity to perhaps get aggressive on the back of their 2 DPS ults, but now the nano boost and the sound barrier are up just as the Bob gets invested. Nice boot, stopped Bob short there. May have actually clipped the cart now that I'm seeing it. Akua won't make it out, but Jodello falls. So a traceless fight incoming. Overclock out of Nyanza to start it off. Looks like there is a primal rage in their face, but oh, wow. 2 incredible shots there out of Nyanza. Back-to-back railgun shots to find both supports. Doesn't even have the extra 150, right? Is using the max clip. Isn't even using overcharge. It still gets those back-to-back headshot kills. Nano boost onto the defensive Seafull. WetTube Nano as well picks up a kill on to 5. Meanwhile, Seafull is able to lock down onto this point. It's gonna be a self-destruct up. Juven jumps in to get that kill, sacrifices themselves for it. Seafull finds themselves in a 1v3, but a big nade lands in to bail Seafull out of that engagement. Akua loses the duel up top. Nyanza falls. Ends up with a lone Seafull here as Jodello returns. Cart stop shy. 2 minutes left to go. 2 meters shy of the point. I taught him that play back in good old summer of 95. Remember those days. Honors couldn't handle themselves, you know. You had to play smarter. I don't know what character that was. I have no idea. Magically with a swap back over to the Junk Queen. Rally up from Benji. Tries to get in Magically's face. Thought better of that one. Just stays safely around the corner. Did not over pursue. Unfortunately, Jodello did. Magically hunts down Benji. They're in the back line. Shout used. Turns around. Finds a kill on a Juven. The knife lands. WebTube not going to make it to that many. A nano boosted Magically to celebrate 76 seconds on the clock here for Iliad Helios. I almost said Heliad Ilios. Good old Numbani tours. Kind of what we're on right now. We call them before the storm here. See, Helios look to move up to 2-0. They've already done something nobody else has been able to do this season. And we just take a map off of BCU Spark. And we're talking some tough customers out there that Spark have just been 3-0ing left and right. But for the first time here in Season 4, find themselves down in the series. and forced to get a cap here on Numbani with time left if they want any chance at taking the second map and not dropping 2 maps here in this series. Seafool back into the Winston once again to make it happen. A little quick push up Main Street. Dorado sweeps in through the back just to get up onto that back line, but a nice sleep. Oh, you think you've got a vulnerable target down low. Dorado gets killed by LCS. Bailing out. Well, Nyan's at least temporarily. Went to dueling on the outside. Dorado steps in. Little tag in there. Dorado finishes off Kua. And this is looking like a one and done. Magically, he's going to go in for a recontest. And that lasted about a half a second. It's magically snapped their fingers and we're out of mech. Just going to get a reset off the side there from 5. And that is going to be a long spot. There should be a lot of space available now for BCU Spark to work. Dorado is able to work into the back line there on point A. Really just got underneath that defense in the very beginning. Seafool not able to hold on to this top high ground, though. You do have everybody positioned in. Another good sleep out of Wed, too. Seafool caught a little bit of crossfire here, kind of forced to use his bubble defensively. Not ideal, nothing really used peel against the incoming attack, but Benji is there to help finish off Akua just before they get this pulse bomb online. Now has Rally to work with, Wedtube with the Nano. Expecting this 5v4, they're going to get very aggressive very quickly, although the anti-nade has to be used defensively as Seafool is leaping up. That was not ideal timing. Wedtube's going to throw down the Nano boost as Seafool is retreating. Oh, Seafool does get that alt fire onto LCS. That was slick. That was a quick little hit of the alt fire to get a nano boosted final shot down on LCS, keeping the sound barrier out of this fight. And despite kind of fumbling it a little bit, Seafool is able to deliver the second point. Even managed to just jump up the stairs to not get Wedtube killed by that pulse bomb. That's what I'm talking about. That's some Winton Overwatch. Sound barrier out from LCS to help defend against this OC. Oh, cool with a Reaper swap. Shadow stepped over to this far stairwell. Dangerous move. Can't stick your head out there too much, or Juven's just waiting to put a rail shot down. Looks like everybody from Spark are going to respect that Winston positioning down low. Seafool's been sent around to the back line with the Primal. Nano Boost comes out onto Magically on the front line. It's a race to see who can kill who's back. Akua's able to find Juven, and there comes Magically with that Nano. Tag it in and follow up on what Akua started. And looks like the defense is going to hold. Seafool doesn't want to spin the Primal here at this point. Wedtube does have the Nano. Watch for a potential drop down in the back. No, okay. Akua's going to loop back around. Actually takes themselves out of the fight long enough for Jodo. Move in. Find Nyanza. Great stick on to 5s. Blink back in to avoid the self-destruct. Finds the kill on him Magically as well. The volley of headshots will deny the remake. Looking to chase down Akua. Gets the 4th. Jodello with a brilliant 4-piece. And Spark just waltz on into a cap with an enormous time bank. What was that volley? What was that series out of Jodello? Akua thought about the flank from up top. Kind of gets checked up there. And the rest of Spark all book it down underneath while Akua is still trying to regroup through the top side. Oh, my. And then Jodello just sneaks in with the Tracer, finds the Ashe immediately, lands that brilliant stick, and, I mean, just follows up with one after another. Incredible 4-piece there out of Jodello. And Spark, saying, really needed an answer there on that attack phase. Oh my, do they deliver? They put up more than double the time up from Helios.
Here's another one. What sickness do pilots usually get? The flu.
That one was for you, Maddie. See? Winton cashing in on the dad jokes. Winton cashing in on the dad jokes. That was what kind of sickness do pilots get? The flu. Cool with a Genji swap here up top. Back into that cover pick. Immediately dash to the back line. Juven low. Nakua's going to find it. A blitzkrieg assault. Sending all 5 and just front-loading that high ground with very fast front-loaded damage. Brilliant play out there out of Helios. This is going to get him a 4th point on the board. Smart swap, smart move. Full-on rush. All W, all the time. All the time. Seafool goes into a hazard of their own right, fighting for this corner. Every team fight, very important here for Helios. Seafool diving into the back, the wall preventing some healing, but good timing on the jagged block. And they're able to just kind of dance around to that front line. Juven sneaks out, finds a kill on Nyanza. A good start for this defense out of Spark. Ooh, lands a headshot there. Seafool finds LCS on the back of that. Moves in to pick up 5s and Akua. 3Ps here for Seafool. Spark will give up a 4th point, but stop the cart shortly thereafter. So magically into the hazard here for this defense. Interesting bringing the Ashe into this. I feel like the Ashe Ana could be a bit vulnerable, particularly to the same style of attack that we just saw come out from Helios. As Spark immediately try to put some pressure on that high ground. There was a wall placed right there. Very nicely done there from Magically, but 5s will get picked. Benji's able to move in, find the kill on to the Ana. Juven in trouble up top, but Akua's recall does get forced. Just Delos here just to keep them down in the lower floor of Hotel. Here comes the reinforcement. The cavalry is in, magically completely outnumbered. And a great mismatch forced there out of BCU Spark. Fives and Nines have to stay alive here for any hope of trying to stop this card. It's going to be 2.5 minutes, and it doesn't even need to make it around the corner. Card just makes it to the corner, and we're looking at a 1-1 score lot. Magically swap it over to the Junk Queen. We'll get that pick onto Seaful. Did a huge chunk of the damage. Nyanza gets the final blow, but... Ooh, good pull as well. Akua up top, also with the swap to the Fora. All right, the defense are making things interesting here. Sacrificing ult charge here to get the right players on the battlefield. See if they can make this aggressive hold. Shout used early, but it's not in time to save 5. And this is a 5v3. Now favoring BCU Spark with a handful of meters separating them from victory. The wall body blocking magically out. They won't get the touch. Spark will lock us in a 1-1 here after map 2. Stats there for map 2. Once again, Magical leading the server in elims. This time leading, actually, it's Juven who takes the lead in damage, though. Where Magical was leading in damage last map. Ooh, actually, no, it was Seaful led damage last map. It was Magical leading in elims. That's right. That's right. So, let's rephrase that. So, Magical leading in elims again. But despite that, they're not able to take this one. Despite Magical's great performance. All right, we're headed to Colosseo here for map 3. This is a Helios map pick. We are swapping sides again. So we know Doomfist has been perma-banned out of Helios here. So JQ ban coming through from the other side. So this is actually looking like a very smart ban now with just how successful Magically's Junker Queen has been. All right, let's get into map 3. Gladiator's gonna gladiate. Shadell back into the far. We're getting both. Both of our tanks are pulling out the hazard here for this map. And just Spark, you know, with that Junker Queen, you know, have they given themselves the edge here with that Junker Queen ban? This is, you know, notoriously a wonderful JQ map. You know, your Fives keeps hitting shots like that on the Kiriko, may not matter. Big opening pick on to Juven. Woo, get those Afuda down. We're going to get Akua top back up. Magically in a bit of trouble out here, but there's the swift step in, the Suzu. Magically with the violent leap out. The 180 block. LCS does not make the rotation, though. Gets caught in that courtyard. Akua very low as well. Gonna get hunted down here by Benji, and that's +2 over to Helios. Excuse me, over to Spark. Swapping sides for, like, no reason. just to confuse me. Oh, a pretty quick Kitsune Rush. 23% ahead of Wentube's ultimate on the other side. Magic, I think, still had some of the bonus of that. You see the Kiriko registered as an assist there in that kill against Jodello. So maybe it had some residual bonus after leaping out of the Kitsune Rush, maintained some of that extra attack speed. Ooh, Seafull goes down. Excuse me, Magically goes down. I think that was before the downpour even hit. Then the clapback comes through out of BCU Spark. Icy Volcano says, I'm shaking. This matchup is insane. Both goated. Can't argue with any of those things. I know. I know. I mean, in the back and forth here. Already in Colosseo. 2 minutes into the future, guess what? You're still right. With five coming up on another Kitsune Rush. Jodello's Barrage will not be enough to stop Magically's attack. LCS, did I get the sound barrier yet? I don't think Niantic got the sound barrier from what that looked like. It was hard to tell. I was watching the Barrage, to be honest. So with LCS and Niantic going down, Magically just disengages. The Spark are able to fend off that aggressive approach. Oh. Lane pick onto Akua here, but Benji's traded. Downpour does catch Jodello out of the air on the Pharah. That forces Webtube to invest in this orbital ray in this hallway. Not ideal, but it does keep Jodello alive. Jodello be able, you know what, make good on that. Find a kill on LCS. Oop, little ring around the rosy here. Chase Magically, as Magically picks up two. Nacho Toast. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. I think BCU Spark smells super bad. Are you sure you didn't just burn your toast? I mean, if you look at those pretty colors. There's no way this team smells bad. I'm just saying. Kitsune Rush, second one here from Fives. Wetube at 23% towards their second ultimate. Just put that in perspective. But you know what? It's not enough for first blood. It's Seafull who has that honor. Woo! Now on a bit of a leaping, dashing duel alongside Akua, who's pulled out a blade. Never mind, what blade? I didn't see a blade. Did you see a blade? I didn't see a blade. Somehow, despite all of this pressure coming in from Spark, Helios sneak out the lead while all of this is happening. I think that was the first kill out of them during that fight, and still they managed to get the lead. Little dancing around up on the high ground. Fun to watch Jodello work. They'll try to close the gap, use Barrage, but Niantic says, get out of here with that. I got an umbrella. Magically throws in some rain. Looks like no umbrella available for Seafull, unfortunately. Despite being indoors, they just get caught in the downpour, now drenched and well dead. More rain metaphors somewhere in there. Jodello with a great high ground position, uses the imploding concussion, the imploding blast. Woo! A couple directs on the 5. 5, why didn't you move? Oh, nice move. Niantic takes advantage of Jodello, kind of trying to hyper-focus Akua. Seafull does catch them out of position, though, and starting to move the bot. What's going on back here? Okay, Akua's cleaned up. Jodello making their way back in this fight. Meanwhile, 4 ultimates available here for Spark. Seafull forced off of that high ground. Niantic's going to throw in the overclock immediately. Finds Juven out of the game. Has to break through a wall, but It's a fight win just on the back of that one kill. Oh, nobody told Jodello, though. Catch is magically slipping. Oh, and a little falcon dive into the back line. Oh, you've been spotted. Akua had enough of the air duel. Tried to go into an Ashe. Juven says, that's fine. I'll take on both of you. $16-meter lead here for the Spark currently as they are in control of TS1. I don't think that's just a little poking and prodding, not any real high ground control there. Boop comes in though, and that bought some space. And the bot's getting dangerously close to a cap. So Kitsune Rush drop down, comes out from Helios. Nice move from Magic, leaving a little 1-2-1 to Benji. Downpour thrown in, sound barriers aplenty, everything in the kitchen sink thrown into this fight from both of our squads, as a matter of fact. Jodello still alive in the back. Nope, never mind. We're left with just the hazards, but BCU Spark are able to get the checkpoints on the back of it. So reinforcements should show up here for Helios. But I mean, Spark got what they needed out of that. They accomplished what they wanted. They get the checkpoint. They're able to get close spawns, which they're now leveraging into a very quick re-engage here. That was it. Downpour out of magically. Maybe it was trying to catch him off guard there in the courtyard, but I don't think caught anything. Sound barrier from Benji to push forward, who immediately caught down. For the sound barrier, might have been a touch early. They are able to deliver a couple picks on the back of it, find some value. Now claim this high ground. And this is a lot of map control just earned from Spark on the back of that sound barrier. Signed, sealed, delivered. Good, coming up on a Bob here. Jodello with an ultimate of their own. Here comes the Bob in. The Barrage trying to throw down on top of the tank. Magically able to survive long enough for the trade, and it's a 3v3 left on this point. Where did Bob go? I heard the Bob come out, never saw the Bob. Good boop on to Seaful, and LCS is able to back up with with Akua. Rotate down low. This is a cool flank to try to see if they can get the advantage over Juven. Oh, but Juven had a full rail, was ready for you. Akua steps out, Juven was already there. Seaful is going to get multiple in that downpour. That was enormous. And with 36 seconds left, Spark winning a very important fight. And this bot is about, I don't know, 20 meters, 30 meters maybe from a cap with 25 seconds to go. I mean, no pressure on the Spark here. They can just hold this choke. They've got a couple of ults to do it with. Oh, never mind. They have one less ult to do it with. Oh, Seaful just body blocked that shot onto Benji. Sound barrier thrown in from LCS. Fives is going to go in and push in the orbital ray as well. It's a heavy investment just to get the cart started to move in the right direction. But did you save on to anything to win any more fights? You're going to have to win at least 3. At least. Once again, close spawns mean a quick re-engage. Orbital ray ready, as well as an overclock. The overclock's going to come out from Juven first. Excuse me, from Nyanza first. Playing out in the courtyard, finds Jodello. This is going to be a quick disengage. Is that one kill enough for a fight win? Kind of looking like it. Seaful's still hanging out down low, though. Looking to hold this barricade. Leaps in, managed to dodge the downpour through all of that. Orbital ray tossing for this defense, and Juven's picked up 2 with the OC. Make it 3. Juven is just arriving in your backline, feasting. And that will be that. Spark put together back-to-back map wins to take a 2-1 lead in the series. stats there from Map 3. I'm not even going to bother hitting the copyright-free music because you can hear the invites going, I imagine. Oh, no, okay. No, they're not in yet. All right. I thought they'd be waiting on me. We have a moment. We have a brief moment. Magical not leading the server in elims that time. C-Full there with 12k damage exactly. 32-3 map. What a map out of C-Full there at Colosseo. And now we're heading into a BCU Spark map pick as we get into Suravasa. Once again, we are going to see that Doomfist ban out of Helios. It's a Kiriko ban this time around out of BCU Spark. All right, here we go. Let's get into map 4. Just a quick symmetrical rollout. We're right back into the hazard comp. Magically, though, with the Joker Queen no longer banned, will fall back into that comfort hero. The hero that served Helios very well there on map 1 where they were the first team to hand a map loss here to BCU Spark. But now find themselves needing to win 2 maps in a row if they want to take this series and stay undefeated here in Season 4. C4 with early high ground position. Benji and Jodello working through the side. See if they can take away this front door. Early pressure, magically giving chase, magically getting the kill. Ooh, great Jagged Blade on the C4. Honestly surprised they're able to make it back up to that high ground. Good healing coming out of Wed 2, but the flip promptly comes in from Spark. Oh, Good trying to follow up on that knife out of magically gets picked. And Helios punished for their hubris a little bit here after winning that first fight. The cap is now going right back into Spark's possession. People already has downpour. Giving chase. Kua's still in trouble. Jodello following. The Lucio shows up though. Fives is there. Jodello will get a Kua. Seafold threw a downpour in through all of that. May have been enough to get Nyanza, but magically the clapback comes in. There's the carnage. Look at all the healing. I mean, it was just stuck above 500. But I mean, Spark in control of this point. Magically is not able to confirm this kill. There it is. That's what they needed. Finding that kill on the Wed Tube is the leverage necessary here. Get the flip, kind of stabilize a little bit. It was a very chaotic opening couple of minutes. Looking like that could be a pretty good rampage. Oh, you may not hit it. He's just the orbital. And the beam at least gets you an opening pick. Big rotation coming around from the other side. Does Spark have enough time to get in and make the touch? They think so. Juven's going to drop the overclock. Finds LC, yes. Oh, gets taken down. Blade comes out from Akua after picking off Juven, interrupting that overclock. Orbital Ray thrown in here from Spark, but nevertheless, Akua slices through. Benji finds Seafull after the rampage from Magically gets them purple. And this first flashpoint will go to Helios. Overclock out of Nyanza. Right in the very beginning here. Yeah, good early defender's advantage from Helios. Dropped off of that high ground to see if they can find a kill here down low, and now it's just all guns pointed at the choke. This is going to be Jodello pulling out the blade, beat in from LCS, hits all 5. Benji responds, and everybody's got the shields of music. C4 leaping around and is able to just stay on top of Magically, does not let them escape, and a beautiful wall will seal the fate of Nyanza here. This is going to be first cap actually going on over. Here at Spark. It's a cool looking Genji. Was that an Infernal skin? Yeah, it's an Infernal skin. That's a cool looking Genji, I will say. Next jagged wall used. Perhaps an opportunity here from Magically. He's leaping in, looking for the squishies. Can't quite land it. Benji giving a little bit of the vertical shimmy up and down that wall. Managed to avoid quite a few shots, but Juven can't avoid Nyanza. There's Nyanza fighting out here on the outside. Oh, Benji wanted the boop. Ends up just getting a railgun to the gut. And they're able to slide back, regroup with the rest of the team, where Helios have grabbed control. Dash out. Oh, but 5 gets caught in that downpour. The supports both do, as a matter of fact. So despite trying to run past it, Helios gets stuck in. Both teams kind of pulling the trigger on their attack simultaneously, with the orbital ray coming in from 5s. Ooh, a rampage out here from Magically, coupled with Akua with the blade. Jodello's gonna die to Magically, but Akua won't get anything else. Still, the flip comes through. And the late investment rampage might have just bought Helios enough time. Nyanza returns with an OC, but there's an orbital way to try to work through here. Now Juven responds with their own overclock. Magically getting the brunt of that one. C4 chasing some kills, and BCU Spark regain control. 92% and counting. Juven finds a kill onto Nyanza, and that should just be the point. One apiece here on Suravasa. Dorado diving out to try to finish what C4 started there. There's a sound barrier from Benji on the point. It's not in time to say web 2. Disastrous turn here, although with LCS falling, may not matter in the end. Still some high damage output left for both of our squads. Benji takes a knife to the back. That downpour will catch Magically in it. And that was a blade out of Jodello as well for the finish. Finding 5s in their path as well. This is going to be first cap going over to Spark. I was trying to go up, but that's the skybox, so it was like I was just getting stuck on the skybox. Speed ring engage on this right-hand side. Try to catch Jodello out. Jodello is able to use both cooldowns to back up towards Coast, trying to draw Helios into a crossfire. Helios just managed to rotate up to the top where they catch C4 out. Now Benji does find a good pick, catching Nyanza low. Two picks in a row, back-to-back there for Helios, and they're able to stop the one-for-one trading that was going on there in the first half of that fight. Grab control at this point, and have managed to bank 3 ultimates in the process. Akua miraculously surviving that with the Summer coming in late, Magically pushes in, finds a pick. Wetube dying very close to their own ultimate. At 66%, there is time for a re-engage with that orbital. Can Wetube get it up in time? Okay, that little bit of healing will get it done. Magically hits 4 with the Rampage. It's going to be everybody disengaging. Akua gets shut down out of Blade, though. Huge play out of Benji. Juven's going to respond with an overclock. Now Jodello has a Blade of their own. 2 slashes in to finish off LCS as Juven's picked up 2. They've got the OT going. Benji makes it to the point. Everybody executing their job to perfection in that team fight out of BCU Spark. And they wrestled away what looked impossible, battling through a 4-player Rampage to keep everybody alive with no Kiriko, mind you. Satellite Vector on to the point. Ooh, Benji only hit 2 with that Sal barrier. Anybody not hit is gone. Benji themselves now taken down. Check in here with Magically as they looking to give Helios the lead here on Suravasa. Just a little bit of cleanup needed. Overtime drifts down. Helios up 2-1 here on the map. We're going to Ruins? Yep, we're going right next door to Ruins. So the flawless last fight there out at Helios proving very valuable as they're able to immediately push in for a defender's advantage. If they had lost anybody, they would not have been able to do that because of how close this map was to the spawn of BCU Spark. That's going to be 3 caught in that downpour. LCS kept alive there. Incredible healings coming in out of 5, but the jagged block will eventually take down both supports. Oh, and Magically as well. Death of 1,000 gemstones. Seaful finds 4 final blows, all with the jagged block. Or the spiked guard, excuse me. Spiked guard. Opening pick from that high ground out of Nyanza. Seaful giving chase, and Juven's able to match their kind of regroup, pick up that kill. Double blink, find the rotation out of the rest of Helios as they're going to Soundbarrier engage into the orbital ray from the other side. Magically has yet another Rampage to work with, and Akua has already picked up 1 with this Blade. Trying to find the Lucio. Great movement out of Benji. That was some fancy footwork there out of the skater. Benji is able to elude Akua, come back and find the kill. Oh, no. Seaful still in trouble along its outside. The violent leap will actually get them over to safety where the 2 supports are able to heal them up. But Juven ends up stuck. Oop, go back to the point. Quick little flick up to find Seaful, who climbs up the wall, land that carnage. Benji drops 77% on the board here for Helios. 1 last attempt at this objective. And potentially the map here from BCU Spark. Joker comes through with the raid. Thank you so much. Hope you had a good match over there. Who are you covering there tonight? There's the OT. There's the Dragon Blade. Finds Magically down in the corner. Ooh, Magically's actually caught outside in the downpour out of Seaful. But LCS and Nyanza are able to clap back. Nyanza with the overclock. Lands the adhesive siphon onto the Tracer. Uses that to track him. Oh, that was brilliant. Disgusting. Juven couldn't escape. A massive amount of damage onto that Tracer. Now a desperate sound barrier from Benji only hits themselves. And Helios force them at 5. Some stats there for map 4. We're going to jump right on into this 5th and final map, so I'm not going to bother putting on the background music. We got Dorado music for that. The Seafull Magical Duel has been something special. Has been something special. I mean, Seafull, most elims, fewest deaths, most damage in the lobby. I mean, hard to ask for much more out of your tank than that, but Magical back into that Junker Queen. Takes the map. Now as we head into Dorado, which is a Helios map pick. It was Havana banned out here from BCU Spark, and we're going to get the Diva ban in from Spark as well. Again, Doomfist perma banned out of Helios through this series. Once again, we get a random side swap just to make sure to keep this match as confusing as possible for all of you out there. Let's get into map 5. Okay, Jim, just looking for initial shot. Swaps over to the Sojourn. A Diva ban out of the Spark here. And so Seafull running out here with the Winston. Magically trying to keep him locked down on this hazard. And you see Seafull just taking the duel straight to the top of Orange House. Leap in. Magically in trouble. Here comes the conversion. You can see Magically was just surrounded. Nothing but red jerseys on all sides. Magically in the middle of a summoning circle, and they got sacrificed like a goat. You have summoned away into the courtyard. So, the first phase of point A, successful here out of Spark. Now looking to see if they can get the point on the board. Moving into the back line. Swift step in to try to save Nyanza. Nyanza trying to play towards his left side. You got Juven and Jodello, I believe, were both holding in that room. Everybody from Spark moves to take that side away from them. Kind of move in close the gap here on the point. Find Benji with a big dive in. Bionade landed there out of WebTube. Jodello cannot quite find the stick. Still, they're able to wrestle down Magically, and Juven picks up a kill onto Akua. So 3v3 left on the back of point A here. Juven low, drops down for a Mega. I think it's just Seafull and Juven up here. Is that Jodello on the point? That is Jodello on the point. Woo! Quick pick on LCS. And that's enough. That is enough. They keep the defense off balance and uncomfortable enough when they deny the recontest. Seafull even finding a late pick on an Nyanza here. Akua stuck down low, and this defense from Helios just crumbling here in the last minute or so. Oh, wow. Just to know the range on that, catch Juven with that little bit of corner visibility they had. Wetsuit does land the slate. Magically could be in trouble. Swift step in from 5s up top. Bubble there to help try to keep the take alive. Nano booster onto Seafull. I think the bubble was actually to deny Magically some healing. Magically threw in a downpour through all of that as well. Did not see it connect onto anything. As the Nano Primal Engage will find Nyanza. Ooh. And Akua tried to sneak out through the window. Magically in 5, converge inside the courthouse, though, to pick up a kill on a Benji and Jodello. So once again, we're at a 3v3. With the double flex support backline of on Akiri. I mean, you still have lots of heals and sustain. You're fine in this 3v3, actually. Still Spark take their time, reclaim some high ground. Ah, wrong one. I fat fingered the escape key when I was trying to get a cool palm. Whoop. Oh, and Akua gets that. God, Akua's Genji is just clean, clean, clean. The small move just to land a triple headshot, immediately dash out, fall away from the Winston, picks up that kill. Now pursuing in here with a beautiful dash in to finish off Juven amidst this Kitsune rush. And Akua's Genji being a pillar of this defense out of BCU Spark. Or, I mean, out of Helios. Go with the side swaps for you. Magically right in front of the spawn door. The Suzu used early out of Benji. Oh, and Benji's gonna pay for it. And then Kitsune Rush. Did the Kitsune Rush actually make it out? Looks like it made it like 2 meters. There was a couple of bricks of the Kitsune Rush were there. Still, Juven picks up 3. All right, well, I was looking at that. Juven's been busy killing everybody. I'm sorry, Juven. My bad. Seaful and Kuffa both like to play a lot of Winston, too. You know, you get some Winston Overwatch when you get either of them in the lobby. Jump shot on an IN to the sound barrier in for the remaining 4 players from this Helios defense. Ooh, wall in the way. Juven just kind of ducking a dodge and a little AD, but can't avoid the disaster. As the defense eventually converts it into that corner. It was a beautiful wall out of Magically. Magically's no longer in this fight, though. Killa's going to use Dragon Blade to try to secure this defensive fight win. You have a 1-health sequel finished off by LCS, and that'll do it. Less than a minute to go with Jodello finding an exchange there. Cart was stopped less than 4 meters near of the cap. Kitsune Rush blocked by the wall. Nicely done there out of Seaful. Juven finds Nyanza. Helios once again fighting from a 5v4, but have an ultimate to work with. Magically, just a little bit of a jumping back to... Oh, gets the leaping downpour. That is going to find 2 players there in the back line, but both supports get free. Yep. Benji runs right into a jagged wall there. Magically up to the high ground, put some pressure down on Seaful, but Seaful has Benji there to back them up. Now Magically just forced onto the point. Jodello's going to land a stick, take the Lucio out of the fight. Web 2 falls, so sustain at a premium here for this attacking Spark squad. Now Seaful fighting themselves under a lot of pressure. Nyanza's down. Oh, and the shot from Juven. Magically tried to pursue. Juven peeks out from behind the van and takes Magically down. That'll be the cap. Ooh, that was close. For a split second, I thought LCS was trying to drop that sound barrier. And, I mean, honestly, despite the sound barrier, the defense are able to get a couple trades on this. So only 3 strong here for the Spark. This will get them around this the second corner here inside the power plant, but I don't think it's going to get them much further. Here, let's check what's Jodello doing on this flank side. What you doing over here? You forced Akua off of the Genji. He's moved on to a Tracer. Seaful nanoed up, finds a kill onto the overclocking Nyanza. Juven and Jodello dashing through, clean up in the hallway. And this is going to be an overtime cap here from Spark. Yeah, Wall is just going to block that out. Downpour as well, no shot to get back. LCS does not get a chance to use that sound barrier. And it turns out that pick... the railgun shot we saw actually ends up being a big difference maker. Even though that itself wasn't the AJ, Juven's able to keep LCS out of the fight, and so the sound barrier does not get built in that final fight. I mean, it was 1% away or so, and it was super close. Juven locked in, was able to, I mean, had some fantastic moments throughout that entire attack. Thinking back to that, the point B cap, where they turn and bail out Seafull from, you know, pursuing magically. Oh, my dog's freaking out. Sorry. Bo is very excited about it. Y'all say hi, Bo. You know, if you get... Never mind. I love the echoes when you're up here. We're getting the Lucio Genji here from the attacking Helios. Benji swaps over to a Brig here for the defense. Help protect this high ground and web tube on this Ana. So Akua looking to find anything past into that back line. When it was a good trade, Webtube did land the Bionade onto LCS, and I think Nyanza was also hit by that Bionade. And Seafull comes through to finish off Akua, take the pressure off of who's alive up there, who remains in that back line. Woo! Beautiful wall to find that kill magically. Uh-oh. Nyanza did not make the jump to the roof, but the Suzu will make sure they stay alive here. And you do get one trade. You can see Webtube still making their way back into this fight. So the defense not able to be super aggressive. Yeah, I honestly was surprised Seafull was hanging down there as long as they did. Jodello forced to use a few blinks to get out, but magically does not pursue. Everybody chasing Seafull. The entirety of Helios are up here chasing Seafull around. Seafull is, I mean, double the ult charge from magically, well, nearly. And I don't know if this Helios team is going to have this downpour clocked. Now, Helios is coming back in with their own Kitsune rush. There's the swift step in. The Kitsune has been blocked by their own jagged wall. Oh, no. And Seafull moves in to get the kill. Benji at 1 health will get hunted down. Nano onto Juven, and they're going to fight LCS there at the back of the fight. You don't see a Nano dash very often. Yep, Kua got in trouble. Tried to pursue, didn't make it up, got stuck. You see looking up at the healers like, help! But there was just nothing they could do. Seafull had the sight lines. And that just eats more time off the clock. Good shot onto the Dome of 5s there. That sends a message, doesn't it? Woo! Cleanse forced early. His Webtube landed a Bionade through all that as well. Jodello. Recall force. They tried to go get that kill, couldn't quite find it. Magically with the downpour lands on to Seafull. Nyanza has the OC to work with, picks off Juven. So now a lot more room to work on this high ground with the Ashe no longer putting those headshots down range. Oop. Does not make the slide onto the Van to jump back up to the high ground. Dash through into the rally to try to protect the back line. Webtube lands the sleep, throws the nade in. The rally is there, but Akua still slices through. Eventually brought down. God, that was a wild fight. There we go. Just pile up in the corner, start pressing Q. Benji, sound barrier through that as well. clock out of Niantic trying to get this cap. 15 seconds left. Kitsune Rush thrown horizontally over the point to avoid the jagged wall. Love the positioning on this. Both the healers and the DPS able to take advantage of the extra attack speed. A very low Benji will not escape the grasp of magically. Dive it up to the high ground. Nianza will clear off the alley side. Just have Seafool left on this point. 0.42 meters. There's still some stalling coming through, but eventually they're closed out, and that's the cap. Quick dive in from Seafool, looking to regain control of this corner. And the supports and everybody moving up on the back of that. You see, just as soon as the Violet League comes in, all three players start closing that gap. Magically stuck between a rock and a rock place. A rock and a spiky place? Something like that. Juven finds the shot up top. Downpour thrown in. Juven, the only one not able to escape out of it, magically comes up with that pick. Kua finds Jodello down low, cleaning off the cart as well. Does eat an anti-nade and has to drop back down, spinning both cooldowns to do it. Well, at least the deflect. But still, player advantage favoring the attacking Spark on this Helios on this point. Sound barrier here on the remaining three players. Still pressed forward. 5 at Akua finding kills, but it's straight in the other direction. I don't know where WedTube's Nano went. Maybe to try to keep Benji alive? Seafool fighting 5 up top, though. There was just a couple players left there out of Helios, and they've got to reset. Lands automatically as the Kitsune Rush comes out, so they have to just block through it, but Akua is able to find Juven with the Dragon Blade through all of that. Rest of the defense backs up inside the power plant. Ooh, Jodello trying to get out. Here comes the cavalry. Seafool moves in to find 5s. Oops. Let's go to some Seafool Pov. Heals coming through from the window out of WedTube. Juven throws in the Bob right down Main Street. Juven does get picked off by Nyanza, who had the OC, but that's going to fade. With the rally up, I don't see any blue jerseys left. Akua comes in for the touch, but Helios have run out of reinforcements, have run out of time. It's LCS just ducking and hiding on the back of the cart. It's eventually found out. BCU Spark, they drop maps for the first time this season, but they will not drop the series. GG's in chat as they take the map 5, move up to 9-0. And one of the most spectacular matches all season long. And there you have it, friends. There you have it. Woo! That was a good one. That was a good one. Let's check out some stats. Seafool dominant once again. Once again, most elims, fewest deaths, most damage. Tied with fewest deaths with 5 on the other side.